21 days of effective communication. Everyday habits and exercise to improve your communication skills and social intelligence. Let's start. Have you ever searched for something interesting to say, wondered? Have you ever searched for something interesting to say, wondered how to make new friends, or suffered from social anxiety? You aren't alone. There are millions of other people in your shoes. Heck, I used to have similar problems. These days, I can talk to almost anyone and handle everyday social situation with ease. However, it has been a long journey fought with challenge before I reached my destination. There is no doubt about it. Communication skills are vital to success. Whether you want to improve your romantic relationship, build closer bond with your family, make your friendship stronger, or boost your career, you absolutely must polish your communication skills. Communication should be natural, so why do we find it challenging? All the progress the human race has enjoyed comes down to communication. Think about it. How would we have invented our first tools, raised families, built societies, and formed governments if we hadn't been able to communicate effectively? We need these vital skills to form relationships, exchange ideas, and enjoy spreading time with family and friends. Unfortunately, our life experiences often get in the way and we start to lose touch with our mental abilities. For example, if you are billed at school, you might come to believe that you are an intrinsically unpopular person who will never make friends. In this kind of situation, it makes sense that your social relationship will suffer. Personally, I was raised in a family of high achievers. As a result, I often felt as though any ideas I proposed were bound to be criticized. My mother says that I was a confident pre-scholar, but my age of 7 I would started to become shy. During my early 20s, I really began to appreciate just how vital communication skills really are to anyone who wants a happy, well balanced life. As a young adult, I had several good friends and dated a few women, but I didn't really feel close to anyone. Sure, I could talk to my buddies and keep my girlfriends entertained, but something was missing. I would watch other people at parties, in class, and at bars, talking to laughing together without a care in the world. They seemed to find small talk so easy. I felt like I must be doing something wrong since communication didn't come naturally to me. For a while, I felt it I felt a bit sorry for myself. I assumed that some people are born to be great communication communicators and that is pointless to try and practice social skills if you aren't gifted with the natural talent of conversation. Looking back now, I had so much to learn. As I discovered, you can definitely improve your skills in this area, regardless of your age or background. My quest for personal development soon led me down a rewarding path where I learned a huge amount about human psychology and communication. I became hooked on self help books, academics, texts, research studies, and seminars. There isn't enough space in the introduction to list my favorite authors and communication experts. I am proud to say that I am now an author myself, having written several books on communication skills, social intelligence, and other aspects of self improvement. So far, I helped hundreds of people improve their relationship and kickstart their career. And I have got the reviews to prove it. If this book resonates with you, be sure to check out Communication Skills Training, a practical guide to improving your social intelligence, presentations, persuasions, and public speaking. The Science of Effective Communications. Improve your skills and small talks, develop charisma, and learn how to talk to anyone. The Science of Interpersonal Relation, a practical guide to building healthy relationship, improving your soft skills, and learning effective communication. Making jump from reading to action. All the self development in the world remain useless until you are willing to put into a practice everything you have learned. It takes a lot of time to research the right information, process it, and experiment with new techniques. At the start of my own journey, I desperately hunted for a book packed with brief and effective communication exercises based on sound psychological research. Alas, I couldn't find one. Over a decade later, I have written the kinds of book I wanted as a young man. You are holding it in your hands. My aim is to help people develop their skills quickly without having to spend countless hours poring over hundreds of resources. How to use this book? How to use this effective communication book? The guide contains 21 communication topics together with actionable exercises that will give you current skills a complete overhaul. It doesn't matter whether you are naturally shy, naturally extroverted, or somewhere in the middle. The principle in this book apply to everyone. I won't overload you with new information but present enough material to make a positive impact on your social life in short span of time. You have probably already heard of the saying it takes 21 days to form a new habit. It won't come as surprise to learn that I looked to his piece of popular wisdom when coming up with this book's title. However, I have got a confession to make. 21 isn't a magic number. Contrary to popular opinion, the length of time it really takes to form a new habit varies from 18 to 254 days. That's the bad news. But there is good news too. This 21 days challenge provides the perfect starting point for anyone who wants to hone their communication skills. You won't be able to implement a completely new set of habits in 21 days, but you will notice a real differences as will your friend, family and co-workers. The book is designed to be used over the course of 21 days, but I realize that life doesn't always go as planned. Your schedule might not allow you to use the exercise in precisely the right order. That is okay. Just do the best you can. I have made sure that you can change the sequence if needed. Caution ahead. Before we get started, I want to end this introduction with a couple of cautions. First, these challenges are just that challenges. These are not easy. To be honest, they have been specially designed to push you beyond your comfort zone. Prepare to work hard because the results are well worth and the effort. Communication is like any other skills. The more you practice, the better you become. On a lighter note, I am also going to caution you that practicing and improving your communication skill can be addictive. When you start paying more attention to how people relate to one another on a day-to-day basis, you will start notice that particular patterns show up again and again. It has been over 10 years since talking I started taking an interest in human relationship, and there is still so much I want to learn. I hope this book sparks a similar reaction in you. Your free mindfulness ebook. I really appreciate your interest in my work. Congratulations on taking another step in your journey towards self development and proactively making your life better. As a special gift, I would love to offer you a complimentary 120-page ebook about mindfulness based stress and anxiety management techniques. It will provide you with a solid foundation to kickstart your self development success and help you become much more relaxed, while at the same time becoming a more focused and effective person with easy to understand explanation. It is useful free supplement to this book. To download your ebook, please visit. Okay, I need to go this side to read mindfulness ebook. I will do it. This is a gift I got from the writer. Day 1. आज हम 21 डेज ऑफ इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन में आज हम डे 1 पढ़ेंगे और हम ये 21 दिन तक पढ़ते रहेंगे। तो डे 1 का चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं, ताकि जितनी छोटी वीडियो बने डे 1 में जितना पढ़ सकते हैं वो डे 1 का प्रैक्टिस रहेगा एंड सो ऑन। डे 1 लिसन। द फर्स्ट टॉपिक about this book is listen. Before you even think about your responses to other people, you need to sharpen your listening skills. Have you ever had a conversation with someone whose body is there but their mind is not? Frustrating, isn't it? Poor communicators think that listening is merely the act of waiting for their turn to speak all while mentally composing their response. This is a grave mistake. Listening is so much more. It is a way of providing someone else the chance to share their thoughts and ideas, to build emotional intimacy, and to show empathy. Today, you are going to learn the basic of great listening and then undertake an exercise that will allow you to put these tips into practice. Listening isn't simply about giving the another person the chance to vocalize that what is on their mind, although this is valuable in its own right. Listening is also the first step toward personal change. Psychotherapist Carl Roger, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, noted that when someone gives us the chance to talk about what has happened to us and how we feel about it, we start to realize that best way to change our thought and behavior. Although taking advice from someone else can be useful, we are most likely to change for we are most likely to change for the better if we are most likely to change for the better if we work through our problems out ourselves. Being able to talk freely to an understanding listener is one of the most effective ways of achieving this. If your conversation partner rambles or their thoughts don't seem to make sense, hold your tongue and give them space they need. They might want to talk to several other people first before implementing a plan, or they may need to process the issue. In their own time. Try not to get frustrated. Extend to other patience you would like to receive in return. Top tips that will make you an understanding listener, outstanding listener. There are few tips which make you outstanding listener. Use non-intrusive verbal and non-verbal signal to encourage them to keep talking. Nodding and saying "um, hmm," and "I see" are short, unobtrusive signals that encourage further disclosure. Silence is also okay. Sometimes someone need a few moments to get their thought organized before continuing the conversation. Give them space. Let them keep going until they run out of steam. When I learned to listen properly, I was amazed to discover that a lot of people desperately want someone to slow down and hear that they have to say. This is especially true if they feel angry, upset, or need to work through a problem. One of the most useful, fundamental, and difficult listening skill of all is to keep quiet and let the other person hold the floor. If you are dealing with an angry or frustrated individuals, they won't be able to think clearly until they have offloaded everything that is on their mind. Do not play the role of armchair psychologist. To some extent, everyone is a psychologist. We all like to come up with our own theories about why so and so is so angry all the time. Why our cousin always fall for men who treat her badly, etc. Analyze away on your own time. When someone shares important information with you, do not speculate about their personal motivations or why they behave in a particular manner. At the best, you will come across as a bit too nosy. At worst, your conversation partner will feel patronized and angry at you. Do not interrupt with unsolicited advice. Even if you have been in the same situation or face the same problems as someone else, do not offer your ideas or solution unless asked for them. There are few things more annoying and unwanted advice or suggestion. Resist the urge to tell them that you know exactly what they are going through. Put it bluntly, you don't. Two people can have a similar experience, yet their personality types, upbringing, and previous life event mean that they will not experience the same emotions. If your conversation partner asks for your input, then go ahead, but gauge their response. If they appear open to your feedback, continue. However, if they start frowning, crossing their arms, or give any indication that your advice isn't helpful or welcome, stop and ask whether they want you to continue. Remember, no one is obliged to follow your recommendation. Put your ego to one side. Once you have contributed, it's up to the other person to strategize their next move. Furthermore, they may not be divulging the whole story, and they will need to take other fact and consideration into account when drawing up a plan of action. Rephrase someone else's word, but don't parrot them back. You may have heard that repeating someone's word back to them shows that you have been listening. This is true to a point. A fine line exists between reflecting understanding and quoting someone verbatim. I will use an example to illustrate the concept. Suppose that your friend said the following: I have been feeling quite lonely lately. It seems like my family doesn't care what I am doing or whether I am even happy. Here are two potential replies which you think would help your friend feel truly heard and which would make them feel really annoyed. So you feel like they aren't giving you much attention right now. Or you have been feeling lonely lately and like your family doesn't care what you are doing. The second response shows that you heard the actual word, but it is also sound downright weird. Your friends might wonder if she has been talking to a parrot instead of a normal human being. I prefer the first response since it reflects an absorption of the meaning behind the words in addition to the words themselves. Check your assumptions. We all need to view the world through the lens of our own preferences and experiences. For example, if you are close to your parents and enjoy talking to your mother on the phone every week, you are likely to be upset on someone else's behalf if they tell you that their own mother is very ill. But if your conversation partner happen to have a distance relationship with their parents, they probably won't expect an overly sympathetic reaction. In fact, your sympathy might make them feel uncomfortable. What is the lesson here? Do not project your own feeling onto someone else. Let them tell you what a situation means for them personally. Under no circumstances should you tell them how to feel. Accept everyone's differences and that no one will react in exactly the same way under the same circumstances. Put it into practice. Your challenge for today is to phone a friend or relative you haven't seen or spoken to in a while and then use conversation as an opportunity to practice your active listening skill. You don't need to be on the phone for hours. Just try a 20-minute catch up. Ask them what they have been doing lately and strive to listen attentively. You might be shocked to discover how often you slip into the bad listening habit. Afterward, read this chapter and make an honest assessment of how you did. This exercise also come with a nice bonus. My phoning your friend or relative By phoning your friend or relative, you can build and improve your relationship. Recall the last time someone called you up unexpectedly and truly wanted to know how you were doing. It felt good, didn't it? You felt valued. The person you call is going to feel the same way. Maybe you could even make it habit to phone them on a regular basis. So this was the first day of effective communication out of 21 days of effective communication, and the first chapter we read is how to listen. Be a good listener first. So we need to practice now, and tomorrow we will read day two. The count of number of time you interrupt other people. मतलब आप कितनी बार किसी अदर पीपल को बातचीत के दौरान इंटरप्ट करते हो, उसके बारे में है। तो नेक्स्ट 20, क्योंकि हमें ये 21 दिन का साइकिल बनाना है, हमें सीखना है। तो अब हम डे 2 कल सीखेंगे कि हम किसी को बातचीत के दौरान कितनी बार इंटरप्ट करते हैं और इस इंटरप्शन का पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है, नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है। तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद। राधे राधे, शुभ रात्रि।